I've lost 60 pounds going from looking like this to looking like this, and dropped a lot of belly fat along the way. In this video, I'll share the 3 things I focused on to help me lose belly fat in case it helps you too. And for each key point, I'll walk you through the 3 steps I took to make it work. Key point number 1, you can't spot reduce fat. It's a full body process. Here's how I understood it. So first, I pictured how weird it would look to have a 6-pack but have fat on my arms and legs and thighs. It just doesn't work that way. So I tell my mom and dad all the time, especially my mom, because she'll think that you can just spot reduce fat. She'll always ask me, oh, can I just do exercises that only target the belly? And a lot of people ask me this too. You can't do that. And I thought that for a little bit in the beginning of my journey. And I mean, just imagine how weird it would be. First of all, the answer is no, you can't. But imagine how weird that would be. Imagine you had, imagine a fat person, okay? Then they lift up their shirt and they have shredded 6-pack. It just does not work that way. So thing number 1 is that you can't spot reduce fat. Remember that. The second thing I like to say to people when they ask me, can you spot reduce fat, is I thought of fat loss like a paper towel. Each pound was like 1 sheet off, but I didn't notice the difference until I had 13 or 10 sheets off. So picture a toilet roll, or not a toilet roll, but like a paper towel roll. So imagine a paper towel roll and you're looking like this. So like I can see you through it, the little tube hole. And imagine you rip off 1 piece of paper. Like it's still pretty thick, right? And what if you rip off 2 pieces of paper? Still pretty thick. But if you rip off 10, 15, 20 pieces of paper towel, then you'll actually realize, oh, the paper towel looks thinner now. You could lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 20 pounds, and still not look like you have any muscle, and still look like you're fat, because you need to get to that core little tube, the brown tube when you're done with the paper towel roll. Then that's when you can see the muscle, see the veins, see everything. Now imagine you're like 100 pounds, right? You have 100 sheets of paper towel rolls, but still that same amount of tube. So you'd have to go through 70. Obviously you'll see a big difference, but 70 sheets, which is 70 pounds, to start seeing your actual body in frame. And then you lose another 10 to 20, and then you can actually see the muscles, the definition, the veins. And yeah, this was just another thing that I tell people so that they don't get discouraged when they realize they can't spot reduce fat. And the third thing I realized was I just focused on overall fat loss by eating less and moving more, knowing that eventually my body fat and belly fat would simply just go down. So knowing that if you just, people say, how do you lose weight? Walk more or move more, eat less. Obvious, okay? But that doesn't really help me, So how I understood that was, okay, well, if we do anything below this bucket, does it match up to the top bucket? So you have 2 buckets, move more. Think of any decision. You're like, does doing this fit into these 2 buckets when specifically thinking about fat loss? Does going on a walk, does that fit under move more? It does. Okay, so let's go for a walk. Does sitting and playing games fit under eat less or move more? Well, you could say I'm not eating, so you could say it's eat less but not move more. So boom, eat less. So that's another one. Does eating this cupcake help me in any of these? Does it help me move more, or does it help me in the eat less category? Well, it's a cupcake, it has a lot of, I know it's not healthy for me. I don't think it's in the eat less category. I think I'm not gonna eat it. A carrot, or some random vegetables, or some rice cakes, or some like drink. Oh, does drinking this water eat less, or should I skip breakfast that is in the eat less category? So I just used like much more simple. You have 2 buckets, move more, eat less. Whatever activity that you're gonna do, think very quickly. It takes literally 2 seconds. Does it help me move more? Does it help me eat less? If it does, do it. If it doesn't, try to not do it. Key point number 2, walking is my best friend. So second, I found that walking, not running, was the best way for me to lose fat sustainably. And here's how I did it. So step 1, I stopped running miles because it made me hungry, so I couldn't stick to my diet. Instead, I started walking more. So I used to run 5 miles every single day, and it would hurt my joints, and I'd swim multiple miles every single day, and I'd be exhausted, my appetite would go through the roof, and eventually I would just, at night, just eat everything in the house and lose all the progress that I made from running in the first place. Because I was like, okay, if I run a lot, then I can lose weight. But for me, running specifically to lose weight was not sustainable because I ate everything and I just didn't do it. It was not good for me. But then I started walking. When I started walking, I could sit on my phone and watch YouTube, right? So I'm just watching YouTube. So the time flies, or I could just scroll Instagram or do whatever the hell you want to do on your phone. And the time just flies by, right? And it's much more easier for people who are fatter to start. If I could have gone back in time and told, this video is pretty much me talking to my younger self. If I could go back in time, what I would tell him is, hey, you're 226 pounds. Don't run 5 miles every single day. You can hurt your legs. You're gonna get shin splints. It's not worth it. It takes forever to get ready and then, clean yourself up after you're done running. Just go for a 10 to 30 minute walk. You don't have to change your shoes. You don't have to clean up the sweat from your clothes, to, change out your clothes. You don't have to take a shower. You don't got to get ready with a water bottle. Just take a 30-minute walk. And you literally just I lost more weight walking than running. Step 2 is I aimed for a minimum of 10,000 steps, maximum around 20,000 steps. If you can do more than that, go ahead. But at that point, you might as well just you're pretty much walking for like 4 or 5 hours. But if you want, go ahead, by all means. But for me, I aim for minimum 10,000 steps, right? 10,000 steps every single day. And for me, I don't know what it is with that number. Everyone recommended it. I was like, okay, let me do it. It worked well. Then I stalled. Then I was like, how about I just walk more? So I started walking more, and what'd you know? I lost more weight. And yeah, so step 2 is aim for 10,000 steps a day. And I use my phone's health app. If you have an iPhone, use the health app and then sync it to a calorie tracking app, and it'll tell you how many calories you burned. And then step 3, to kind of make this all super easy so you can kind of tie it all back together, is cut your meals in half to eat less. Like if I was having 5 eggs, I would only eat 2 eggs. If I was eating 3 pieces of toast, I would eat 1 piece of toast. And that for me is just such a simple way to lose weight effectively, sustainably for a very long time. And key point number 3 is focus on the daily wins, not just the goal. Finally, I learned how to focus on winning each and every single day by focusing on my daily inputs and not on my outputs. And here's how I went about that. So step 1 is I stopped obsessing too much about fitness. Fitness is about staying in shape for life, not just a goal, not just for one period of time, not just for a month. So I used to be like, okay, I have to get to like extremely lean. And I do think you should get extremely lean, but 10%, 12% is fine. But anything lower than that, like I was focusing on trying to get to like 8%, and it's not healthy. And instead I was just like, okay, I'm gonna just simply focus on being healthy and not being extremely lean, but try to be at least 10% body fat. And for that, I have so much more clarity now going through the process of actually losing weight. And it's actually kind of enjoyable now. So step 2 is I looked at my daily habits that I was doing, like eating enough protein, eating the right amount of calories just under my goal, and making sure I have my walks and steps in for the day. And doing that, I was just trying to make sure I was consistent, and that helped a lot, like you'd be surprised. And step 3 is that I just simply celebrated the tiny wins, like hitting my step goal, or hitting my calories, or hitting my protein. That kept me motivated to just keep going. It makes it fun for me. So I recommend try to find something that's kind of fun, like difficult but fun, Like hitting the protein goal, that's difficult but fun. Like figuring out what kind of meals, at least for me, figuring out what kind of meals I could make that are delicious and have my protein in, just get it out of the way, eat my protein, get back to doing my work. I don't know, it's just so much fun for me. And eating healthy is more fun. I don't know, just like tracking the calories. I think it's cool, I like it. Sometimes it gets annoying, but like most of the time I think it's nice, because at the end of the day, I can look back and be like, I hit my freaking protein goal, and I did my steps, and I was under my calories. That was a really good day. And the days that I look back on to see if I was happy, I say happy in quotation marks because I don't think you should aim for happiness, because that just goes down a dark rabbit hole. Because some days I won't be happy, but I'm still gonna follow my calorie goal, protein goal, steps. And at the end of the week, I look back, then I get happy. Instead of being happy every single day, then at the end of the night, after 9 p.m., looking up at my roof, looking up into the stars, I'm depressed. Just saying. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Thank you all for 130 subscribers. Let's just keep it going. See you guys in the next video. Click this one or this one.